Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Thanks for joining me here. Elaine, the Animal Reiki Lady, and we are going to do another reading, another brave reading. That's what I would call this. The animals are encouraging me to be courageous. I love that. Courageous. And so we are going today with me demonstrating a reading from a beautiful space in my heart without automatic writing. It's just going to come from the heart. I will do my little chant that I like to do. But first, for those of you who may be catching one of my videos for the very first time, and for those of you who watch me all the time, thank you so much. I so appreciate your support, your comments, your love, and I appreciate your patience as I introduce myself for the umpteenth time. So I'm an animal Reiki master. My name is Elaine, and I help people make deep spiritual healing connections with the animals in their life. That's animals here on this planet, in our homes, as well as animals who have crossed to the other side of life. And I like to do these little readings just as a way to help people heal from the loss of an animal. Unexpected result of what I do. I practice animal Reiki, so I have clients here on this planet who I work with who are going through illness, injury, anxiety, that kind of thing. Um, Most recently, I've been working with a dog who was diagnosed with cancer. So, how to help people and pets manage that kind of illness and eventual transition. And it unexpectedly led to being able to connect with animals. With that, it started with my Lucy, who crossed in August of 2020. But it's me being able to. They have helped me understand that life does not end because they no longer inhabit their physical little body. And they want to know. They want to help you with that relationship. That's part of the message that's already coming through. I was doing this through automatic writing. I would grab my journal, sit down, and write everything that came to me from the animal that I was connecting with. And now I am inspired to just deliver that message to you. Although I will be honest, this morning, the second I turned on the camera, I started to get information. So I wrote it down just real quick, a couple of things regarding Benjamin the Bulldog, which is who the reading is for today. But we're going to go far beyond that because I want to make this deep connection for you. This is for Benjamin's mama and for all of us. And I've only written down a couple of words here that started to come to me that I was afraid I would forget. And fear is the number one thing that stops us from connecting. Fear of judgment, and ooh, some really good stuff is coming through about judgment already. So let's just relax for a moment. If you guys would bear with me. And I know it's really bright here, but I'm not complaining about sunshine. We have had such a lack of sunshine, most unusual in Colorado. So let the light shine in. And I'm in this beautiful room. I'm dog sitting right now. In fact, you can see the reflection of all the light coming through. I am dog sitting and house sitting for the beautiful Lexi. And this room that I am in happens to be full of animal things. There's statues. They're all wild animals. There's lions and tigers and rhinos and elephants, zebras. Oh, there's a little parrot back there, right? You can see everything is. So I love being surrounded by animals as I do this. All right, nice deep breath. This is a reading for Priscilla and her beautiful dog Benjamin, Benjamin the Bulldog. And as always, we will try to get information from Benjamin specifically for Priscilla to help heal her heart, as well as a message from the animal collective. That's the only thing I know to call it, the beautiful collection of animals who come to me in every reading to share a message for all of us that we may experience a healing. Oazeone. 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 Asking to receive a message from the beautiful Benjamin. Benjamin the Bulldog. Benjamin, Benji, Benny, Benjamin. Ah, okay. Let's see what we have come through from Benjamin. So I love to do that mantra. I call it a mantra. It really helps to quiet my mind and to open my heart and to be in a place where I can receive. And I accept information from all sources. I already feel information coming through from Benjamin. I've written down a few things. And then I also observe the environment around me. It frequently inspires me. Like yesterday with the figure eight, all of a sudden an eight was, I noticed there was an eight on a little advertisement that was sitting on the table. And I just had the inspiration to just draw the infinity symbol again and again and again, not knowing that this was for Abby, the cat, that Abby's mama wears an infinity necklace, and that Abby would spoon them at night when they went to sleep. Anyway, that's Abby. Let's talk about Benjamin. So, as I look around this environment, I wonder if there are things that Benjamin would relate to. I'm staring directly at this beautiful green lawn, this beautiful tree, and a rose bush, a beautiful rose bush. So there's something coming through about a rose bush, and that Benjamin was a little bit disrespectful of that rose bush, a place where perhaps Benjamin liked to relieve himself. That's what I get the sense of for Benjamin. Benjamin, who crossed almost a year ago, if I am not mistaken about that, it would have been if I think that I know this, that it was June of last year, and we're at the very end of May. So Benjamin would not have been feeling well. I am getting a sense of tummy upset, a significant tummy upset. It's making me cry. Hmm. Okay, that usually doesn't happen, guys. All right. I'm just regaining my composure here for a moment. A sense of intense something going on with my tummy, and that's okay. Breathe through this. But it made me very emotional. So I don't know if this emotion is arising from Benjamin's human or from Benjamin himself. Um, but perhaps it's the memory of his crossing almost a year ago. And oh, there's a beautiful dove right now that has just landed on the patio out front. Beautiful dove. Did Benjamin love to chase the doves? Did Benjamin love to chase the birds? I get a sense of that Benjamin loved to chase the birds. And I'm going to go with a couple of the words that I've written down and see where that leads me. The color orange popped up immediately. As I began thinking about doing a reading for Benjamin this morning, that's when these thoughts start to come through. It's almost as if the connection is immediate. And the thoughts begin as soon as I brought Benjamin into my head that this morning was a reading for Benjamin, is when the words started to come through. The word orange or the color orange, bright, vivid orange is what came through. And there's more doves. Where are they all coming from? There's a whole bunch of doves out front right now. There's got to be 4 or 5 of them. So I'm really curious. Priscilla, you're going to have to let me know if Benjamin loved to chase the birds. And chasing, that's the next word I wrote down. Chasing and a cactus. Don't know what came up about the cactus. No, a Christmas cactus, a beautiful cactus, Christmas cactus. That comes through again. Christmas cactus and something ceramic. A beautiful piece of ceramic that is about Benjamin. I don't know what that is. So Benjamin's human. You can let me know that too. Something ceramic that represents Benjamin. And old cars that came through also. Old cars, like old-fashioned cars, classic cars. I don't know where that was he around classic cars in any way? Did he see classic cars? Because usually what happens when we try to connect with animals is we see them through human eyes, and our human eyes are way up here, and we look out and see things, which is why I loved it that I'm looking out of the grass. I'm looking out at grass. I see the doves. I see a tree. I see the rose bush from Benjamin's perspective. Things look totally different from a dog or cat's perspective. A dog is generally focused at a much lower um, vantage point than humans. When I do readings for kitty cats, sometimes it's really up high that I get the vantage point from. But regardless, so more from Benjamin for his human mama. Something about Benjamin's collar. Okay, so Benjamin's collar, Benjamin the Bulldog, something blue. And did he have something not jangly, but something that clicked? I get it. Clicking is not even the right word. We'll see if that comes back to me. but there's definitely a sound from his collar that is not like what you would typically hear, right? So people think of, little things that jangle on a dog's collar. That's not what this is. There's a sound that he hears because his ears are so close to where that collar is. He hears something very specific whenever he has that collar on. And I sense that sometimes he gets to run around naked without the collar. I call that running around naked. Um, and it's that sound when you put the collar on that he hears. Okay, so what else do we have? The old cars, I'd love to know about that. Something ceramic and something beautiful about rocks. Something beautiful about rocks. Did he eat a rock? That's coming through too. Is that what caused part of his upset? He ate a rock? I don't that's so very unusual. I don't know where that's coming from either. I'm just going to take a nice deep breath and see what else we can get coming through from Benjamin for his mama. Oh, this intense sense of love, this intense sense of love and a sense of letting go of worry. You are still worried about Benjamin. There is nothing to worry about for Benjamin. Not at all. Benjamin, I get a sense of his heaviness on your bed. There's a strong sense of his presence on your bed, and that's where you'll be able to connect with him. Feel his presence on your bed. There was a spot on your bed that he could be lifted up onto. I don't sense him jumping up there. I sense him being lifted onto a spot on your bed where you can feel his presence. He had a density to him. There was a very physical component of Benjamin, and I sense that that can be felt on your bed, and that's where you can connect with him. And then judgment. Something's coming through about judgment. Judgment. That this earth, all right, let's just let these come through. There's a vacuum cleaner. There's an automatic vacuum cleaner coming on here. What is that all about? Well, we'll just let that run in the background. But why that would come on right at this moment, one of those little robot vacuums. I will always go with the sign. Is there something about one of those little, what those little vacuums that do their own thing as they go around the house? And did he chase one, or was he afraid of one? Getting back to judgment, you're so still in judgment of yourself. And what he wants you to know is that this beautiful life is not meant to be a courtroom. It's meant to be a playground. And I got a sense of a classroom, and that we have it backwards, that this life is not necessarily for learning, it's for playing. And that we have way too many classrooms and way too little playgrounds. We need to flip that around. We need to have many more playgrounds and fewer classrooms, and definitely no more courtrooms. The only person holding yourself in judgment is you. I see him right now, this, this amazing little bulldog. I see him with a gavel in his hand being funny, like he is not judging you at all. Let that go. There is nothing left for you to judge. Okay, so what else? I'm just re-looking at my paper to see if more things come through to me about that he's dedicated to you. Benjamin is dedicated to you, as all animals are solely dedicated to you. Priscilla, this is more than just a message for you. This is a message for all of us. Our animals come into our life for a reason, and they are dedicated to your welfare. Everything they do for you. And that includes even from the other side. You have a beautiful relationship with them, a relationship that started the minute you welcomed them into your home. And think of how that evolved. Um, whether we had a love-hate relationship in the beginning that turned into this beautiful, loving relationship, whether we had a relationship that always kind of triggered us or challenged us, or they pushed us just a little bit to be a better person, to be a better companion, and that they are still dedicated to your welfare. They love us so unconditionally from the other side. They came here. Wow, this is a message that's coming through for everybody. They came here to be with us, to live with us, to help us, to teach us. and to just share the space with us to help us heal. They took the time, no matter what their beautiful existence was, whether it was short, whether it was long, whether they had an illness or even an anxiety that they were reflecting back to us. An anxiety that they were reflecting back to us. All of a sudden from Benjamin, I'm getting something about his skin. Was there some kind of skin issue? Do you have some kind of skin issue? Because they will mirror back to us some of those things to help us learn how to heal, that we have the ability within ourselves to heal whatever ails us, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, whatever that is, we have the capacity inside us. They took the time to come here and understand us, to learn who we are, to show us. And now it's time for us to take that same time to understand ourselves, to know that we still have a relationship with them, to set aside all of those things that are blocking us from connecting with them. So many of you reach out to me and say, I go to sleep at night and I try to connect with them in my dreams. And I continue to look outside, guys. So if you're wondering where I'm looking, this whole view that I can see was Benjamin's view I am seeing for you. Right now, there's birds everywhere. There's a beautiful blue sky. There's green trees. There are bushes in bloom. There's so much green grass and so much beautiful sunshine. And I feel the sunshine just flowing in through my eyes, as Benjamin might have felt it. So the relationship, and I'll do this before this little vacuum makes its way in here and completely distracts me. They took the time to understand you, and now it's time for us to understand them. When we can let go of the grief and the guilt, and it's not that we don't honor those things. We are given those feelings for a reason, but guilt is learned. We're taught to feel guilty from the time we are very small, and it's time to let that guilt go. Absolve yourself, forget those past memories, focus on your present relationship. Imagine a relationship with a person who never shows up for you. Wow, okay, let's see where that goes. If you were in a relationship and you were constantly having to knock on their door, knock, 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 asking and call, text, and no one ever responds. It's time for you to respond to all the messages that your animal is sending you. They are sending you messages in 100 different ways, whether it is the feeling of them on the bed, whether it is a sound like that vacuum that I'm hearing right now, whether it's the birds, a view, whatever it is, whether it is the breeze that blows on your face, lights that flicker on occasion. You hear their name called again and again. Dragonflies start showing up for you. Butterflies show up for you. They try to reach out to us, and when we can let go of the lower, denser emotions, not that they need to disappear. I still cry for my Winston, who I just dreamt about last night. I was so excited to dream about Winston. I haven't dreamt about him in a while. Beautiful to wake up to this morning to a dream from Winston, who is the one who inspired me to do this reading for Benjamin. And I still cry for them. I miss them. I miss my Jack so much. Jack with his lion mane. He was a yellow lab, and he had this lion mane. And I can picture my fingers in that yellow mane. He loved to have it scratched. It was so hairy and so full. Think of those things. Think about those special things that made you so grateful to have that animal companion in your life. And that's when you can make the connection. That's when the connection on the cell phone opens. And you can understand that they still have a relationship with you, that you still have a relationship with them, and that you can still connect with them. It's not the same as having their fluffy little body right by our side, but it's different, and in some ways more magnificent than it was even when they were here, because there is even purer love from the other side when we can connect with them there. Okay, so that's what came through to me today. Priscilla, if you would let me know if those things about Benjamin, if there's anything, if I was going down the right road, let me know. I'd love to know about the old cars, the ceramic, and even the fact that I'm right now surrounded by all this beautiful imagery of wildlife. For some reason, I was inspired to come into this room to do this video today, and the bright sunshine and anything else that you want to share about Benjamin. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your staying with me through this, for giving me the permission to do these things. And I can't wait till our next video. And until then, may the animals light your way. Take care.